you know, I like to offer. I don't like giving advice. I know sometimes I feel I do, and I don't like to preach. And sometimes it seems like that's what I'm doing, but I'm not. But I like to speak to the people that want to be like me or want to be me. They want to take my skin and wear it. And I'm not attacking you. I understand. My level of power is enticing. It's addictive. Power itself is addictive. That's why they talk about all the people that had it. And they talk about Hitler. They talk about Kennedy. They talk about Lincoln. And I can go on and on. Jesus and everything else. Those people all had power. And they all get back to the combination. They all did different things with it. Hitler was horrible. And Stalin was horrible. But I think a lot of men are going to start wearing dresses. And if you want to wear a dress, I'm not doing this video to tell you not to. And if you feel pulled in any internal direction to do that, then by all means, go out and pick a nice dress out. You might have to try a few on. They are made for the male body, so you might have to try a few before you get one that looks good. But my first dress I don't wear anymore because I think I only wear it like 2 or 3 times because they just don't look good on me. But not that any of them look good on me, but they feel good. So I don't see what I look like, unless I look in the mirror. So it's not what it looks like on you, it's how it makes you feel. That's why when you pick a girl as a girlfriend or something, it's not what she looks like, it's how she makes you feel. That's important. Because the looks fade, but how she makes you feel lasts forever. So that's what's important. And that's why women will go for a man like me in a dress, because it's not that I'm in a dress, it's how I make them feel. I get under their radar, they don't expect me to get them. They see me coming and they're like, and they're like, oh. So, the dress is disarming. It takes down all the defenses, we can have a laugh, They love when I talk about how they can't go to the bathroom, all the things that a man doesn't know about a woman or about wearing a dress, like no pockets and stuff. Don't try to be like me, because being like me is the one road that you're going to fail. You're going to fail miserably. And if you put on a dress, not because you feel a calling, but because you want to be like me and try to somehow emulate me and get all the girls to like you because you're wearing a dress, they're going to see it a mile away. They're going to see the unauthenticity of that move a mile away. Because it's not the dress, it's the person wearing the dress. And me, it's not my dress. People love me, not my dress. And how I wear. It's not what I wear, it's how I wear it. And what I do with it. It's just like I said, you can have a 2-inch penis and still do great. It's what you do with it, it's not what it is. You can have a 10-inch penis and be horrible because you don't think you have to do anything. And just being there is all you need to do, and that's not true. So, be yourself, be authentic. And I know that's very hard for you. Being authentic and being real for most of the people listening to this video right now, it's very, it's another world, it's another planet you haven't found yet, because you're brought up with being like everybody else, brought up with following the rules, brought up with, we eat certain things and that's it, and when you feel changes to those things, you resist them. And that's why you resisted me in the beginning, because I was a big change to all those things. And you saw me as a threat to your status quo. And I'm not. I'm opening your mind. I'm opening the doors that you had closed. And I'm doing it with my words. I'm not doing it with my action. I'm laying in bed and I started a revolution from my bed. And I'm still in the same bed. I took over the world and I didn't fire a shot. I don't even own a gun. But you, with your indoctrination and your brainwash, you always thought you had to have a gun. You're going to change people's minds. I don't know how you're going to do it with pointing a gun at their head. How you're going to change their mind in the way you would like it to be changed and not have you be the villain or the enemy. I don't know how you do that. That's what you taught, It's like the old Westerns, the guy with the gun was the good guy, Not always, but the guy with the gun wasn't necessarily the bad guy. And now in today's time, I think anybody with a gun is a bad guy, Whether you're a cop or not, or a criminal, you're still a bad guy. Because it's an outdated concept, and it's an outdated reality, and you're just propagating it further, and it doesn't need to be. And that's why I took away the cops' sidearms, because they don't need them. They need their brain, not their finger. And I don't. And the more you rely on the finger, the less you rely on the brain. That's why when you hear so many people that, they did this and we killed them. It's like we didn't think about anything else. We pulled the trigger. We didn't use our brain. We used our finger, and that was the result. Go suck it if you don't like it, and that's their answer. And I don't like it, and I'm not sucking it. I took the gun away, so now you go suck it. But, I'm getting off track, but just be yourself, And I know that's, like I said, like, it's like Pinocchio is a boy, and Pinocchio doesn't know what being himself is, and you got ropes on you. You're a puppet. You've always been a puppet. Since the day you were born, they put the ropes on you, and they never took them off. And I'm trying to take them off. But at the same time, I don't want you to fall to the floor like a pile of shit, because you don't have the ropes on you, I want you to survive. I want you to thrive. I want you to make this world a better place. When Pinocchio lied, his nose got bigger. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that, but it was a true fact about Pinocchio. A true concept, at least. And I think the reason was to have you not lie, If you tell a lie, that your nose is going to grow, And it's not. And you can tell a lie, But you have to suffer the consequences for that lie, I don't tell lies. I think you can tell. I'm not straightforward with everybody, but I try to be. I don't act like I own you, even though I do. I don't act like your puppet master, even though I am. I'm trying to set you free, and for a while I have to keep you. I have to be your puppet master to train you how to function, how to think in this world before I can set you free. It's like having a wild animal and not teaching it how to hunt. If you do that, you're dooming it. It's going to go out and die. It's going to go, it's like sending a dog out, and it's going to bite people, is going to do crazy things trying to get food because it doesn't know how to get food the right way. And it'll be shot and be killed because they consider it a lost cause. And you're not a lost cause. I'm trying to help you become the great person you are, the great person God meant you to be. And the devil took all that away from you. It made you a cage dog. It gave you food so you didn't know how to hunt. It gave you a cucumber so you didn't know how to grow one. And that's what the devil wanted, because then he had power over you. And as you can see, he still does. I'm trying to make that harder, not easier for the devil. The more you know, the less power the devil has. An educated person is harder to enslave. And I'm just trying to educate you in the things that they don't teach you in school and never will. Well, they will when I get to it, but for right now, they don't teach you it in school.